DMan!
Yo.
Welcome, DMan. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No, thanks for being here because many students have been asking us, why haven't we done any podcasts with the teachers?
Oh, really?
Yes, they want to get to know you a little better.
Okay.
So we thought we had to start with the DMan. Tell us about you, DMan. Where are you from?
I'm from Scotland, but I didn't grow up in Scotland.
Right.
So, if anyone is disappointed in my...
Scottish accent.
yeah,
Or
you know.
a lack of a Scottish accent.
Yeah, in my lack of, the lack of my Scottish accent, yeah. So, well, I can tell you about my upbringing if you want.
Right, yeah. So why do you not have a very strong Scottish accent, even though you were born in Scotland?
Yeah, I was born in a small village, I guess, in the west coast of Scotland.
Right.
But my mum's American.
Okay, your mom's from the United States.
Yeah, she's from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
The home of jazz.
The
yeah,
home of jazz.
where the Mardi Gras comes from.
Okay.
Cajun food, lovely food, if anyone ever wants to go to New Orleans.
Cajun food is a little spicy.
Yeah.
I love it. Enough said, my friend.
Yeah,
Enough
well,
said.
if you like spicy food,
And it's seafood, no? They have a lot of seafood there.
A lot of seafood, yeah, because it's a lot of swamps there.
Okay.
So a lot of seafood, but a lot of everything as well.
Okay, nice. So your mom is from the United States and your dad is from
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah.
But why do you not have a very strong Scottish accent? Because?
Well, because my father worked in oil.
Okay.
He worked for Shell.
Right.
And
For Shell oil, yeah, Shell oil, yes.
yeah, he was a chemist, and so because of that,
You traveled.
we traveled a lot. So pretty much every 4 years, we would change country.
Really?
Yeah.
So which countries did you live in?
So when I was 3 months old, we left Scotland,
Right.
and we moved to Brunei
Brunei.
in Southeast Asia,
Wow.
and we were actually there for 6 years.
Right.
And then after that, we moved to Gabon in
To
Central
Gabon.
Africa.
Okay.
We were there for 4 years. After that, Oman in the Middle East,
Wow.
another 4 years. But then I started going to boarding school in
Okay.
Scotland.
Oh, you went to boarding school in Scotland. Okay.
And then after that, I spent my time going to and from Scotland and
Okay.
Oman.
Okay.
Oman for holidays, obviously.
So your parents were in Oman, but you went to Scotland
Yeah.
for boarding school. Wow, so you were very far away from your family.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was. I remember the first night in boarding school. It was kind of strange. I had this feeling like because I had no idea of what was going on. They kind of just dumped me there and then left. And then I was like, when am I going to see my family again?
Right.
And the first night there was a lot of boys in the dorm because we
Right.
slept in dorms.
Right,
And
right.
there was a lot. I could hear a lot of boys crying.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't cry. I'm not trying to say I'm a tough guy
Tough guy, man. Yes.
or anything, but there was that kind of feeling of impending doom, I guess you could call it.
Yes,
But
I can imagine.
everything moved so quickly, when I was there, because even the day I was left there, I just remember it was like you have to leave your stuff here, then it was
Right.
go to this place to sign in, and then go for lunch or
Wow.
dinner or whatever it was. And everything moved so quickly that I never really had an opportunity to stop and
Sure.
feel sorry
I understand.
for myself.
I understand. Wow, that was an experience. And how old were you then?
11.
11 years. Oh, so you're very young, very
Yeah.
young then. Did you have your brothers? You've got two brothers, yes?
Yeah.
And your brothers were in the school with you?
My older brother was in a different school.
Okay, so it was your younger brother was with you.
He was with my parents still because he
Wow,
was...
so you were by yourself
Yeah,
in Scotland.
yeah.
Oh, as you say in Scottish, oh, I,
Oh, hi.
which means yes.
Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. That is absolutely incredible. And how long were you at this boarding school?
Till I was 18, so 7 years.
7 years. And what is the name of the boarding school?
Strathallan.
Strathallan. So it's quite a good school in Scotland.
Yeah, I guess it's one of the recognized ones. I think about 15 years ago, a lot of they're boarding schools. They're called public schools in the UK.
Right.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Yes.
I guess anyone from the public that has
go.
enough money.
Can go.
Yeah, so they're called public schools instead of private schools.
And what was the cost in this private school? It was exorbitant, very expensive. Yes.
It was. So I went there because the Shell actually paid. I
Yes,
think
yes.
the majority of the bill.
Yes.
For me, I think when I was there, it was £30,000 per student.
Wow.
So
£30,000 a year, and you're talking about, like, because you're very young, so it's about 2 years ago.
yeah.
So it's a few years ago now. It's a few years
I
ago.
imagine now it's a lot more.
That's a lot more to go there.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's incredible. That's incredible. So you've been traveling around the world. You've lived in Mexico for some time. You've lived in South Africa for some time. You've even been to Australia for some time.
Yeah.
And now you are here in Spain. Why Spain? And how long have you been living here?
So, well, I've been here for 9 years now.
Wow.
Coming up to September, it will be 10 years.
Wow, nice. A decade.
A decade. It's passed very quickly.
Right.
And then the reason why, so I was in Mexico for 6 years.
Right.
And at the end, I got a bit sick and tired of
Mexico, yes.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful country, though, but yeah, you need a different challenge, I suppose, yes?
Yeah, I guess if you're not from there and you can move, you probably will.
Right.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, my little brother lives there. He's
Yes.
been there for 15 years now, and he's
But he lives in a very lovely part of Mexico
Yeah, he
because
lives-
it's by the beach and stuff,
yeah
right?
tropical like holiday destination. He lives.
Wow, wow, wow.
But yeah, so I got sick of it towards the end, and I didn't really feel like going back to the UK.
Sure.
Because of my upbringing, I lived in hot countries my
Right,
whole life. And
yes.
the UK, as you know, you lived there.
I live there too, yeah.
It's quite a miserable, depressing place.
It can be, but you've come to Galicia.
Yeah, I think there was obviously like I wanted a balance. Because I was in Puerto Vallarta the last year I was
Right.
in Mexico, and that's hot.
Right.
I mean, that's a tropical, hellhole.
Yes, I can imagine. I can imagine.
Like you say, it's a holiday destination, lovely area, but don't go in summer. If anyone is thinking about going,
Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta, yeah,
Wow.
really nice place,
Yes.
but really hot in summer. But so I thought, well, I don't want to go to UK,
Right.
and I speak Spanish.
Right.
At that time, I thought, well, why don't I check out Spain?
Okay.
And
Did you go to other places in Spain or just here?
I came straight here, but I'd previously been to Spain, so I'd been to Barcelona,
Right.
Madrid, I'd been to Seville,
Right.
and then south, like Cadiz type
Yes,
of.
yes, around there. Yes.
But the thing was, I was surfing in Mexico, so I wanted
Okay. The waves.
Yeah, I thought I wanted to go somewhere where I can surf. So I investigated a little bit.
Right.
And in out of ignorance, I'd never heard of Galicia.
Right.
So suddenly I was intrigued. And just around that time, I just, met a guy in Mexico who was from Ferreira,
Right.
And
And then he said,
yeah, he had friends in Coruña. He said, they could, put me up for a few nights.
Right.
And I thought, well, this is a coincidence,
sure.
So anyways, I came to Galicia. I haven't really done much surfing in the end. But I found out that all the Gallegos are semi-alcoholics. So I was like...
Well, you get the very famous beer companies from the city, so
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
understand that.
They actually originated in Mexico as well.
Did they?
Yeah, Estrella Galicia.
So Iglesias is from Mexico.
Yeah, from Veracruz.
Wow. Are you sure?
Yeah. They started in Veracruz, Mexico, and then they came here.
Wow.
I think, they were Mexicans, but originally from Galicia, I think.
Okay. Oh, so they were from Spain, moved out, came back in, and started the business.
Something like that,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, how interesting. So now you've been here for 10 years. You've been teaching here now for what, 3 years now?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
2.5 years, coming in 3 years. How have you found your time here, and how have you found your students?
Yeah, very, very enjoyable. It's getting paid to chat to people. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
really complain.
No,
complain,
absolutely,
But
absolutely.
yeah,
And if you're doing something that you love, then it never seems like a job, So
yeah. And
So-
all of our students, we're lucky. All of our students are very nice, interesting people.
they are.
as well.
They are. We're very lucky with them, and they are very lucky with us. Come on.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now listen, you also play musical instruments because you went to a music school.
Yeah.
Yes. What made you get into music? What was it about music that attracted you to it?
Um, I don't know actually. My dad played the guitar.
Ah, okay.
But
So music runs in your family.
he was, yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, on paper it looks like that. He was never very good at the guitar, you know.
Right.
He played it. He was really into country western music.
Okay, okay.
Never my cup of tea.
Right.
But there was a piano in the house when I was growing up.
Okay.
And just one day when I was about I think 6 or so.
Right.
I just went up and started messing about on the piano, and I figured out how to play a few songs.
Okay.
And so then my parents were like, okay, so I started piano lessons. And then just from changing country several times, I
Right.
kind of lost the habit of playing piano and all that. But, you know, there was a few years where I was studying it. And,
Wow. But so you went to the conservatory and you did music.
just did private classes because
Okay.
this is when I was in Gabon.
Okay.
So no conservatoire there,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But then afterwards, when I was in boarding school,
Oh, sorry. That's a conservatoire?
conservatoire.
Okay. Okay. I thought it was a conservatory. No, conservatoire.
Conservatoire. Yeah.
Oh, look at you, D-man.
French, one of the French words. Yeah.
Okay.
So it wasn't until, I mean, when I was in boarding school, I'd pretty much forgotten about piano by then. And one of my mates, he was playing guitar.
Right.
And he showed me how to play a few things on the guitar. And I remember, like, it was a few months before I got my own guitar.
Right.
And this guy would get back to his room. Just in case anyone doesn't know, you know, in a boarding school, at the beginning when you're young, you generally stay in dorms where you share one room with
Sure.
10 kids or
Sure,
whatever.
sure.
And then as you get older, you move into your own rooms. And so we lived in these big houses where we had our own individual rooms.
Okay.
And so this kid would come back from class and I would be in his room playing his guitar, you know. And so he would have been happy when I eventually got my own guitar.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So I remember the first time we started our videos, you were playing the guitar, which I really enjoyed those. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed those
yeah, it
videos.
was fun.
Maybe we need to do some of those again. And yeah, you are quite a prolific musician. You also write music and stuff like that. So I think that's your artistic side that comes out. And I think that's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's going to lead us on to the next section of this year, which is our 5 questions that you have to answer. The first thing that pops into your mind, answer that. Okay. Now, we've asked this to the other students, and let's see. You know, the answers were quite good, but let's see how you do.
I'm
okay?
generally terrible at these things. Yeah. So the first thing that pops into mind, and then my mind just goes. Yeah.
Okay. So the questions we've got is, what's your favorite holiday?
Tokyo.
Tokyo?
Yeah,
That's your favorite holiday?
or Japan, I would say. Yeah, that was, I mean, it was one of the most recent ones, I guess, but
It was lovely.
yeah, I really enjoyed Japan.
That's a place I would love to go. Favorite food?
Favorite food? Pizza, I guess.
Ha!
Pepperoni pizza.
I hear you, D-Man. I hear you. Favorite part of this city?
I think Plaza, what's it? Azcárraga. Plaza Azcárraga.
Where is that?
It's up in the old town.
Okay, okay. Oh, is that where the dog, black dog pub is? Is that
Yeah,
around
yeah,
there?
yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
It's a nice square. It's got nice big trees there.
that was a good rugby bar.
Yeah.
I love that place. Favorite type of music?
I guess I'm going to say metal.
Metal. Yes, yes, Steven. And your favorite movie or series?
Wow. Favorite movie or TV series? My favorite TV series has to be Peep Show.
Oh yes, the one from England. Yes,
Yeah.
this was very good. Yes,
Yeah, very
very English.
very English, very funny. But you know, my favorite movie. I don't know if I can actually say I have a favorite movie. There's just so many different kinds of movies. you know,
Yes,
so.
yes. Well, you didn't answer the last one, but I'll give you a pass on that. I'll give you a pass on that. Did you enjoy the podcast?
Yeah, I did.
It was really a pleasure having you here. It was really a pleasure having you, and I hope that the students got to see a little bit behind what's the D-Man or Derrick. You know,
Yeah.
many people don't know why we call you D-Man, and that is your stage name.
My stage name because we're artists.
We are artists, D-Man.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for noticing that. Thank you for noticing that. Well, thanks, bud. You take care. It was an absolute pleasure having you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Always, I finish off by asking the guest, what are you doing this weekend?
We're having a meeting on Saturday.
Oh, we're having a meeting on Saturday. Absolutely, yeah. We're going to see a new client. Yeah, a new client. So that should be good. And what about Sunday? What do you do on Sunday?
Probably just relaxing.
That's what we want, mate.
Yeah,
relaxing.
I'm getting old, so now it's like one weekend I have some action, the next weekend just relaxation.
Action, relaxation. Action, relaxation.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
The alternation. Yeah.
Well, thanks, bud. Thank you so much. You take care, and it was an absolute pleasure.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.